Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So Bitcoin surpasses 6,000, up 3.38%. The rest of the market is looking quite stable. A little green, a little red, but not by much. There are a few anomalies here. Cosmos coin is down quite a bit. IOTA down quite a bit, but mostly the market is quite stable, with Bitcoin being the leader of the pack. The status quo, essentially, at least at the beginning of a crypto market bull run. Market capitalization at 188.4 billion. And so let's look at the Bitcoin chart. And the reason I look at the Bitcoin chart, at least at this stage in the game, is because this is really the only one that is moving. So we're seeing Bitcoin here on a daily, piercing through, making a new high, essentially hitting or breaking rather the $6,000 mark. And what have I said before? And I want to draw this out for you today, just to kind of give you guys no, it's not there. Where is that price range? Okay, so what did I say before? 6,300 or so, and here is the zone. Well, I mean, you can adjust these zones the way you want. You can choose the whole candlestick, the bodies only, top of the body to the end of the tail, or bottom of the body to the top of the tail. What I like to do here is kind of just give a rough idea, because we know price isn't that perfect. So ultimately, this is the zone. 61 to 67.5 is approximately, I was saying 63, which is somewhere in the middle. I mean, that's the middle of the zone. If it vacillates in 63, I could see that happening for a while. We could see it move sideways for a bit before another move up. But ultimately, guys, this is the zone that we want to see it break. And then after that, we're going to need it to pierce through this level here, which is 7,300, and then ultimately up here, which is about 84, 85, so on and so forth. And then ultimately, Rob Art is not going full bull until he sees 10,000, and that would be a real great confirmation. If we could ultimately see Bitcoin break the $10,000 mark. You got to remember, guys, 10,002 is a psychological number. And so when people hear 10,000, you know it's going to be in the news. You know when Bitcoin hits that $10,000 mark again, media outlets are going to pick up the story. The financial news will probably be talking about it again if they hadn't been talking about it earlier. And so, yeah, $10,000 will be an exciting level to see at that point for Bitcoin. We'll see what alts will do. Once that happens, we might see a little bit of movement. We might start seeing little bursts, kind of like what we saw. Like let's go to XRP before this. So whoops, I always do that. I always selected the paintbrush and I streak up the charts. But once we see some of that movement, we could see this kind of action here, which is, so again, this is XRP on the daily, and we could see a spike up, so we could realistically go from 22 all the way to 80, 85 or 70, 75, and then we could see the price calm down a bit before the next spike. This is another reason why we really have to pay attention to Bitcoin, because whatever Bitcoin's doing, the others will mimic in their own capacity. So again, at this point on the Bitcoin chart, we saw Bitcoin really kind of go parabolic, and this is how XRP mimicked that. It didn't move for this long period of time, but then eventually it just shot up and then found some levels where buyers and sellers were becoming equal, and then it kept moving up because, of course, the demand for XRP and other crypto assets at that time during the bull run of 2017 were far outweighing the supply. And so I have a feeling, and this is another reason that I think that XRP will do well. How many of you guys have been buying and holding and are not relinquishing any of your XRP until some pretty decent targets? Like I know a lot of you guys are saying, well, you know, once it hits $5. So realistically, this might happen a lot quicker, because we won't see people relinquishing on the way up. If more people are holding their XRP and not enough people are relinquishing on the way up, we'll see this trend go up a lot quicker, and we won't see as much of this. However, this is always bound to happen, because, you know, people tend to say one thing and then do another. They see a little bit of profits and they sell off. Their plan goes out the window, and I don't want you guys to do that. I want you guys to stick to your plan, whatever that plan is. Stick to the plan. you will be happy that you did. And so I've been seeing articles online here. This one here, Ripple's XRP price is about to explode, and here's why. And ultimately, this article talks about a lot of things we already know about. It goes into the differences between xCurrent versus xRapid, and ultimately what this person sums up is the fact that XRP has the fundamentals to really take off. Now, I'll read you a little bit here. The main difference between xCurrent and xRapid is that xRapid uses XRP token as mediating currency between parties, right? That increases liquidity, speed, and reliability in transfers. xCurrent, on the other hand, is more of a messaging platform that doesn't really solve the transfer of value problem within the platform. The crucial fact here is that using one doesn't exclude the other. And so this is what a lot of people tend to forget as well. You can use both for different reasons. And just as vital as this, xRapid is faster, cheaper, and more reliable. So as banks try it out and use it, they're likely to choose the better option even if they know and like the other one. So there's no reason to believe that xCurrent users will never adopt xRapid. Saying that we'll stick with xCurrent assumes that banks will choose the slower, more expensive option. Only somebody who doesn't know that banks are always trying to save money could believe that. And so in my opinion, that argument has been dead in the water for a while, but some people are still talking about it. This from the Tron Weekly Journal, which is kind of funny. And this article here from the Daily Hodl, and again, people asking, well, why would customers use xRapid when they can just use xCurrent? And part of it too is because of regulatory regulations. I'm not going to read the whole article here, but Ripple's global head of banking, Marjan Delatine, recently revealed 10 out of the 200 plus financial institutions that are RippleNet members are now actively using XRP for payments. Back in December, she explained why banks in particular will take longer to make the switch. And that reason was, of course, because of the regulatory framework. It just wasn't clear enough. And I don't know if you guys remember this. I did a video on this before, but I want to reiterate this because this is why you will make money with your XRP. We have the spec market, and that is indeed one way, and it might actually be the first way we will make money off XRP because we're starting to see Bitcoin move, and we know that cryptocurrencies will follow to the beat of Bitcoin's drum, so we could make some fast cash that way. But let me read you this from David Schwartz, Ripple's Chief Technology Officer. David Schwartz also talked about the company's long-term strategy for xRapid adoption last year. So this is what he says, guys, and listen very carefully. As this system gets adopted by financial institutions, more and more payments will be able to be bridged by XRP the minute XRP has the liquidity to bridge them. So once there's the liquidity in the market, XRP can be used to bridge those payments. Then we just have to pick a strategic corridor, one with good volume, but also fairly high cost in that traditional settlement space, and incentivize a huge pool of liquidity to XRP in that corridor. Then those payments will settle through XRP because the payment system is already set up for it. Okay, they got the system in place. How do we make money, David? He goes on to say this is a way to solve that chicken and egg problem. Next, we hang more assets off the corridor we've already built. Then companies that have to make lots of payments into various destinations in those corridors will find that they can save money by holding XRP. But then traders will want to hold XRP because that's the asset anyone paying into those corridors needs. So again, guys, traders, who are traders? You and I. Who holds XRP? You and I. So traders will want to hold XRP because that's the asset anyone paying into those corridors needs, and so on. Wherever liquidity pops up, payments will settle through that liquidity. And for those of you guys who don't know, traders are in the business of trading to make money. David Schwartz is ultimately stating here that XRP will be traded on the open market by people like you and I. There will be a bid and an ask price. And what do we know about trading on the open market, guys? When there's higher demand for something, the price goes up. So all you and I have to do is be very patient. You know, maybe we'll be trading some XRP in the meantime to make a little bit of profit, but realistically, this is the setup we need. This is the setup to see a triple digit, maybe even a quadruple digit XRP price one day. And even David Schwartz has said when asked how big this thing can get, he said, well, how big do you want to dream? I don't actually have that quote, but he did say it. Trust me on that. And this again from Twitter, just from yesterday. And this is from Selling Real Problems to Real Customers at Lazerpsky. You didn't answer my question, but I'll answer yours. So he basically mentioned something about David Schwartz said in a tweet he would like to leave Ripple one day after a few more years. And so this was David Schwartz's response to that. I've been working at Max since 2011, on bringing crypto to enterprise scale. It's getting exhausting, and I feel like once that is complete, I'll feel like my work is done, but a lot of people who know me think I won't stop doing this until I die, because what else would I do? So David Schwartz, obviously staying committed to the cause, looking to bring cryptocurrencies to scale, and one of these days, guys, you and I will be trading our XRP on the open market. Once there is so much demand for that digital asset, we will all walk away multimillionaires. Anyways, that's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.